guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla and here we talk about all things Disney as well as how to plan your Walt Disney World vacation. So stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so we just finished our mini series all about how to plan your dining when you're at Walt Disney World. And when I finished all of this, I realized that there's some other little tips and things that I wanted to tell you guys about that didn't totally fit in the other videos. So I'm just kind of making this is almost like a bonus video for you guys. So here are some cool Walt Disney World food tips and hacks. Number one, mobile ordering. Oh my gosh. So when we went on our trip last time, they had just rolled this out. It was only available, I think, maybe at like 2 quick service locations when we were there, and we used it. So it was at the quick service in Pandora, so Satuli Canteen. I've heard it a million different ways, but whatever. And we did that, and there was literally a line out the door. Like, it was very, very busy. And we did the mobile ordering, told us that we were ready, and we literally walked all the way up to the counter. Like, all of these people started giving us kind of like dirty looks because they were like, what the heck, why are you cutting? And I'm like, not cutting, just did mobile ordering. And we walked right up to the front, grabbed our food, and we're done. Like, it literally took us maybe like 3 minutes. It was seriously so cool. Since then, they have opened it up to a ton of Disney quick service locations. So you can do this. Basically, you download the My Disney Experience app on your phone, and you can search the different locations that this is available for, and you plug in your order, and then it'll just notify you when it's ready. You walk right up to the mobile ordering station, grab your food, and you're done. That's it. So if you're really wanting some good tips to save you some time, really do take advantage and use that mobile ordering service. I do also know that they have this option available at Aloha Isle where you can get Dole Whip in Adventureland and Magic Kingdom. So if you're wanting to not stand in line for Dole Whip and you just want to get it and go, definitely check into that. Number 2, did you know that you can actually order off of the kids menu if you're not a kid? Yeah, that's right. So there are a lot of really big portioned meals at a lot of places in Disney World. And I know for me, I have a big appetite, but because I like to eat so many things, I don't necessarily like to get an entire giant adult-sized entree to myself, because then I get too full and I can't eat anything else. So if you're somebody that either is like me and you like to try a lot of things so you don't want to eat too much, or you're just somebody who doesn't really eat a lot, definitely check into getting a kid's meal. I know there's even sometimes too, so the restaurant I was just talking about, they had these cheeseburger pods that are so stinking good. I love them. And they apparently are not on the adult menu anymore. They are only on the kids menu. So that was kind of a bummer, but the fact that you can still get the kids menu, you can basically still get that meal. So definitely think about getting a kids meal every now and again. I wouldn't maybe do this for every time because they are a little more limited on their options, but if you are just wanting something a little bit lighter, it's definitely a good tip. Number 3, so you can actually take your dining credits from the dining plan and transfer them to snack credits. Now, why would you use this? Why would this be handy? Well, we talked about Food and Wine Festival, Flower and Garden Festival, things like that, where they have all of these different booths with a lot of kind of snacky items, or they're a little heavier than snacks, but they're more those snack-sized portions. So I know we've in the past thought about, well, what if we want to try a bunch of things, but we don't have enough credits to, like snack credits, to actually do that. That was a big reason why we didn't use the dining plan when we went on our last trip. However, what you can actually do is take your quick service dining credit and transfer that into a few snack credits. It's either 2 or 3. I will put somewhere on here what that is. I'll look that up for you guys. But basically, you just go up to the kiosk and tell them that you want to do that. They'll switch it out. Now the only catch with this is that you do have to use all of those credits at one kiosk. You can't like just use one here and then go to another place and use it again. Like, you do have to use them all in the same place. But it's another really good way to be able to utilize your credits to the fullest, because again, maybe on your Epcot day, if you are going to those food festivals, you probably aren't going to be eating at a sit-down restaurant. You probably won't be eating like a full-blown meal. You're going to be more doing those snacky things. So you can basically just kind of supplement and replace and use that credit as a snack credit. So this brings us to number 4, and that is that you can actually share your credits with another person. So when you get the dining plan, everybody that is in your resort reservation does either have to have the dining plan or nobody can have the dining plan. You can't do kind of like a half and half thing. However, with the dining plan, you only get basically 2 credits a day unless you're getting the deluxe dining plan. So that will usually carry for lunch and dinner or breakfast and lunch, but it doesn't necessarily cover everything. So what you can do is you can actually share your credit. So this is a really good way to make your credits stretch. So for my husband and I, what we'll probably end up doing is like I've said a million times, we share everything. So we will maybe be able to use one of our quick service credits to go get a breakfast to share. And then we can use another one for lunch. And then maybe we can each use a credit for dinner. So that way, instead of just only being able to have 2 meals, we can kind of share and then split that up into 3 separate meals. Number 5, did you know you can actually bring food and drinks into the park? Now, there are a few rules with this. I know you can't bring alcohol and you can't bring like glass containers, but you can bring granola bars, you can bring sandwiches and fruit and kind of whatever you want. This is a really good way if you have a bigger family and you really aren't maybe wanting to spend a ton of money on snacks, or you have a bunch of little ones that it doesn't make sense to buy them these really expensive Disney food items. You can actually bring a small cooler with you or put it in your backpack or whatever, and have that available for you while you're in the park. So I know for our last trip, we didn't really go eat breakfast any places. We just had a whole bunch of granola bars, so we would just throw those in our bag so we could eat those on the bus on the way, or maybe eat them while we were waiting for rope drop, or maybe while we were waiting for the parade, things like that. So that's definitely a good tip that will save you some money for sure, but it'll also kind of save you a little bit of time too, because you don't have to wait in lines for food. Now, sometimes getting food to Disney World can be a little tricky as far as like if you're flying, things like that. So you can actually order food online or order groceries in general, and you can have them shipped to your resort. I believe it's up to 2 weeks before is when you can have those items delivered. I think that's more for non-food items. I would not recommend having food items shipped 2 weeks before, but I know that you can have packages sent up to 2 weeks before. So there's like Amazon Pantry, there's Garden Grocers, there's several other food websites, and you can always just kind of Google those too. But that's a really easy way. You can get water bottles shipped, you can get those granola bars and snacks, or maybe if you have more kind of liquidy items that you're needing, maybe you want to have cereal and oatmeal and things, so you have maybe some milk or something that you need to order. You can have all of that stuff sent to your resort really easily. That way you don't have to travel with it. It's going to save you some weight in your suitcases if you're flying, but also again, this is going to save you some money because you can have some meals in your room, or you can have some snacks and things that you can bring on the go. Also, along with that, I know this is a pretty common tip, but I just want to say it anyway. You can actually get free water at any quick service location. Basically, you just go up and you ask them for a cup of water and they will give that to you. You do not have to pay 4 or 5 however many dollars to buy a water bottle. Please don't do that. That's such a waste of money. Do not waste your snack credits on that. Just ask them for a cup of water. Bring a refillable water bottle with you. You can just ask for multiple cups of water and fill up your water bottle. That's going to save you some money there, but do stay hydrated. It is important. It is very hot there. You will get sick if you're not hydrated. So that's just another kind of pro tip. Okay, so my last tip, number 7, that is secret menu items. So there's a few places throughout Disney World that there are secret menus, and They're not like super highly advertised for obvious reasons, but you can always kind of Google lists of current secret menus, and the one that I know of, and we may try to do this, I think it sounds really fun, is in the Pop Century Resort Food Court at, I believe it's at Roxy's. They have a secret menu where basically you go up and you say, hey, can I see the secret menu? And they'll bring out this briefcase with those little like toy viewfinders from like the 90s and 80s or whatever, and you look in there and it'll have the menu printed on there. And I think like one of the items is a cinnamon roll burger or something like that, so it's like bacon and the burger and it's all on this cinnamon roll, and it looks amazing. And you can find some really cool unique items, and it's fun because not everybody knows about these secret things, so you kind of get something a little bit special with that. So definitely make sure you kind of look up before your trip and see what secret menu items would be available. Okay guys, so that was my Disney World food tips and hacks. What kind of tips and hacks do you guys have that maybe I didn't list here? There's so many things to do with food in Disney World, it's really hard to cover everything, but I hope that these were kind of helpful and maybe give you a little bit of a kind of boost up when it comes to your planning. Please do make sure to like this video, give us that big thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing, as that does really help our channel out. Do also make sure if you subscribe, you hit that little bell notification next to the subscribe button. That is going to help notify you every time that I upload a new video. Alrighty guys, well we'll see you next time. This really is the end of my food series, so there are no more videos coming. But I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see ya. Bye!